Hello everyone and welcome to this special live stream from Ningbo. I'm Nadim.
I'm Song Ruixin.
And we're coming to you, as I said, from Ningbo. We are at the 4th China and Central and Eastern European Countries Expo, China-CEEC Expo here in Ningbo. And today we're going to take you around a tour in this exhibition. This is the Digital and Intelligence Zone, and it's happening for the first time.
Okay, so this year we've got two guests of honor, and one is Slovakia and another is Slovenia.
And they're right at the entrance of this pavilion.
Okay, so for Slovenia, I could see the innovative and the smart theme. But for Slovakia, actually, we did an interview recently, and the counselor just told us that the country is trying to showcase its innovation and advanced manufacturing.
Well, the thing is, Slovenia, for example, is traditionally an auto country. So they produce a lot of auto parts, a lot of cars, but they're coming this year with different approach. So they're showcasing things that are traditionally not associated with the country. Like in the back, we've seen this lightweight electric aircraft, and this is what's happening right now in this expo. A lot of these countries are coming in, bringing stuff that the Chinese market has not seen before. I just want to say that there are 14 countries from Central and Eastern Europe participating, and as well as, for the first time, there's 9 other countries from Europe also participating. So the expo in its 4th year is sort of expanding. We have over 400 companies showcasing around 8,000 products. Some stuff are for daily use, other stuff are more related to technology, and we've just arrived to the pavilion of Zhejiang, the province where we are now. Ningbo is part of Zhejiang, and let's see what's happening here.
Okay.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
So we have a guest who is going to take us around. 你好。
你好 ，Hello, welcome to China, welcome to 浙江。
好的。那你可以很简单，
浙江呢跟中东欧国家的贸易往来非常的丰富。那应该说，在全国来看的话，我们跟中东欧国家的贸易往来可以排到全国前2，排到中国的前2。
Zhejiang has a very close link to the Central and Eastern Europe countries. So now he's gonna show us what's going on here. Look at the screen.
OK， 然后
看看大屏幕上，这些是我们浙江企业从中东欧国家进口的一些商品。那主要是一些农产品，包括我们本次的这个主宾国，斯洛文尼亚它的雪板。
Here we have some agricultural food and all the goods exports.
我们可以继续往里参观。
Okay, so we just saw here the most best-selling products that are coming from CEE countries. He showed us the ski equipments coming from Slovenia, but also we have other things. Bulgaria is very famous for its rose byproducts. We have a bunch of alcoholic beverages as well. But we're going to focus right now on Zhejiang. And I really enjoyed the name of this pavilion, Surging Zhejiang, because Ningbo, the name in English translates to calm waves. And I feel like the surging, that adjective, it sort of fits really well with the name of the Ningbo, which is the host city of the CEEC. Okay, 那我们继续吧。
好的，那我们都知道，浙江除了这些吃的、用的这些商品以外，那浙江近几年来说，我们的科技型的企业非常多，特别像人形机器人啊、机器狗啊这一类的。对，我们接下来带大家去看一家，就是做我们人形机器人的一个上游的一家企业，提供核心技术。
那我可以问你一个问题，为什么在浙江有很多 AI 或者机器人公司？
那可能浙江这边土壤特别好吧，我们可以跟我们企业的老师一起来聊一聊这个话题。这家企业呢，它所提供的是人形机器人以及像4足机器人、机器狗，他们所用到的关节的电机，那各个品类的都是模块化的一些电机。我们可以问一下企业的老师，让他给我们介绍一下。
我们的电机就相当于人形机器人上面的一个身体的一个核心，就相当于人的这样每一个这样的关节。一般来讲，一个机器人上面有大大小小有20多个这样的一个电机，所有的运动都是要靠不同的这个电机来驱动。你看像这个大的它一般用在我们的髋关节、腿部，它可能需要更大的一个力出力，需要支撑。 那么小的它可能用在这
So
个
it's
这样
like
的手腕
muscles
上
and bones.
手腕上。
好
那么
的，那我们翻译一下。好的。Okay. So one thing to know about Zhejiang province is that it's emerging as a hub for innovation and advanced technology, more specifically with AI and robotics. So you've probably heard of DeepSeek, which, made a wave earlier this year. You've probably heard of Unitree, and all of these companies are based in Zhejiang. So one of the things that China is doing with the robotics is very similar to what China has done with the electric vehicles, is that to do a vertical industrial chain, basically to have everything from the smallest component to the biggest parts produced locally. And one of the things that robots need, just like the human body, is joints. And this is where this company is specializing. So we have some of these bigger ones, which are used for the hip joints of the robots. And we're going to see more robots coming up. And then you have smaller ones, which are for the wrists. So this company only specializes in these smaller parts. Of course, on top of that, we're going to add more and more and more. So we end up with a robot like that. 好的，那这个呢是？
这个就是我们来演示一下，就是
So this is like arm wrestling.
出力的这样的一个效果。它是一个被动的一个反馈，就是你可以感受一下，因为这是对。
没事，我要听。Do you want to try, Sunray?
Yes. I'm not good at it, but I will try my best.
Who can beat the robot?
Oh my gosh. I can do it. Yeah, so I can feel it's quite hard to beat it.
Yeah.
And the much more force I use, it will reflect the same.
Okay. So here's the thing. One of the things that I didn't know until very recently is that robots aren't as flimsy as I thought. Like, they're very sturdy, they're very strong, and they do handle a lot of, impact. And for the longest time, I thought, they're like made of glass or something, so if you touch them, they're gonna break, but it actually is not the case.
This one is so strong.
They're very sturdy, and here you can do one of those things with the robot, and of course the robot is gonna win because it's a machine. Man versus machine, the machine always wins. 好的，我们继续。All right.
我们今天来看一家跟我们生活息息相关的一家企业，顺便回答刚刚你问我的那个问题。应该说是哪里有需要，哪里就有我们浙江的企业。不管是世界各地的人，还是包括刚刚那台机器人。对。
All right, so not only are we gonna see robots, but we're gonna see other more advanced, designs of something that we use every day. For example, like a wheelchair.
对，这是基于这个各种各样的电动轮椅的轻量化设计的一家企业。我们来看这台现在在北美地区以及欧洲地区都销售的非常好。它的自重只有25公斤，含电池只有25公斤，并且可以在10秒内完成折叠。可以给我们演示一下。
It can be fold down within 10 seconds.
So I'm going to show you, this is automatic folding mobility scooter.
Okay.
So we use the aluminum alloy and magnesium alloy. This is also very light material.
Okay.
And I will show you how to fold.
Sure. So it automatically folds?
Yes, automatically.
Let's count. Is that 10 seconds?
It belongs to the medical devices.
Okay.
So we also obtain the CE and FDA in the foreign country.
Okay. So yes, it did fold within 10 seconds. I have a question for you. Normally, these chairs, how much do they weigh?
How much for what?
How much do they weigh? Because you said
The weight.
120
kg is no problem.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. So they can sustain up to 120 kilogram. But the chair itself, how much does it weigh?
The chair.
Yeah.
For
对，这个是多重？
about 2 kg.
2 kg.
This position, yes, is 2 kg.
Okay.
So the total weight mainly is on the battery and the motor.
Okay. Because you said you're using something like light. 就是我以为就是特别轻，没有那么重，是吗？
对 ，right.
这个是多重
？25 kg.
25 kg.
Yes.
然后平时这样的东西是多重
？40, 40 and 50 maybe.
So basically, they've cut down the weight by half just by using a different type of material, which is, as he said earlier, the aluminum alloy. And this is medical grade. It's already had approval from the FDA. 你说是 FDA 吗？ Okay. So medical devices are also part of this innovation hub that is Zhejiang. 然后
portability when he's holding that wheelchair. Yeah, you can see the portability. It's very easy to carry and not have a wall.
And you don't have to fold it yourself, which saves you a lot of trouble, I would say.
我发现我们今天看的这些展品越来越重。接下来这个不仅它自重特别大，而且它特别能载重。它可以载着40公斤以上的载荷，连续工作3个小时不需要充电。可以给我们演示一下吗？
So we have robots. We also have quadrupeds. This type of robotic dogs can stay for 3 hours without needing to be recharged, and you can actually sit on it.
I heard it can load over 40 kilograms.
Okay.
Can I have a try? 可以。好的。好，稍等一下。So we have to wait.
先打招呼。
Oh, he's saying hello.
Hello, how are you?
Well, he really wants to say hello.
Let's just keep saying.
其实看似这样非常简单的一些动作，对于一个由各种电子关节来控制的机器人来说，其实是非常难的。看似我们普通的，比如说狗或者人做的这些简单动作，它其实是一个非常复杂的一个控制的系统。
It looks easy, but actually it has a lot of process and mechanism behind it. So there are. So can I have a try?
Would you like to?
Is it ready?
那肯定是你了。
好的，我来试一试。好的。Oh, it's my first time riding.
Right. You know, this is what the future looks like: riding robotic dogs.
I'm not riding a dog. I'm riding the future. Okay.
How does it feel?
So exciting! I can feel the vibration at the start. Okay, goodbye. Thank you.
那我有一个问题，这样的机器狗是在哪里可以用？
看
是在什么情况？
因为它的通过性非常的强，它可以到达很多我们人很难到达的一些地方，包括还有它的耐力特别的强，以及它可以驮着不一样的载荷，比如说它可以载着摄像机，载着不同的设备，载着消防救援的设备，所以它使用场景会非常的丰富。
Rescue equipment.
Okay. So it's not only for riding, it also has a purpose. Basically, as he mentioned, rescue efforts, or you can put a camera on and then we can send it to somewhere a lot more dangerous for humans.
Exactly, but I'd say the biggest advantage is could be it does not bite, it does not bark, but anyway, it doesn't have any dog hair.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
There's no shedding.
Clean.
There's no shedding happening.
Clean and quiet.
That's and I really wanted to show the other one because you look at these robots and you think about the application of it. Yeah, I mean, of course you can keep it as a pet, but it does come in handy for certain situations. The other one I noticed is actually for rescue, and I think if I'm not, 这个是什么东西？这个上面。
消防的喷水的。
Okay. So if there's a fire, instead of sending firefighters, which could risk lives, you could send this trusty dog, and it has a water sprinkler that would just shoot water out. And so it's all these applications that might sound a little bit sci-fi, that might sound futuristic. They're actually happening, and they're happening right here.
It feels like I'm just standing in a sci-fi fiction or sci-fi film.
Yeah.
I'm not feel I'm just right here.
I just want to say bye. 谢谢你，谢谢你，bye bye.
欢迎来浙江，来浙江馆。
Bye bye. I mean, that's the thing. Like, for the longest time, you'd think robots walking among us is so futuristic, but it's actually happening and it's becoming a reality. And it's happening in China so fast. Within the past 2 years, we've seen this rise in an army of robots. We've seen a rise in companies, specializing specifically in robotics, either hardware or software. And, if you go right now, specifically to like any hotel, you will see one of these robots just going around to deliver food right to your doorstep at the hotel room. And so, bit by bit, we're getting used to having humans and machines, smart, intelligent machines, just living side by side, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a few years ago, people may feel those things are so futuristic, but now they become reality. It's so practical.
Right.
So we can use it as in our daily life.
Yes.
So here we are. Look at the giant aircraft.
It's actually small, I would say.
Oh.
Compared to like the big ones that, like the Boeings or stuff, like this is almost a smaller size. But nonetheless, this is the world's first hybrid engine, lightweight aircraft. So basically it has a diesel engine, but at the same time, it has an electric engine. So it sort of saves a lot. It sort of saves a lot of carbon emissions when you switch it to a more greener mode. And this is a collaboration between China and Austria.
Oh, okay. I would say this will make a great contribution to our green and sustainable development.
Right. Because this is where the future is heading. The future is heading to less carbon emission, especially that China has its own commitments towards that happening in the next few years. So all of these is part of this new wave of manufacturing. And another robot is saying hello to you.
Yeah. Okay. Right now, I just say hello to the robot, and
at least this one doesn't stay for too long saying hello.
Yeah, I noticed that, like moving forward to us.
Yeah.
And what kind of materials is it made of?
I have actually no idea what kind of material it's made of, but what I can tell you about this specific robot is that it is currently the world's fastest robot. So obviously it was walking towards you, but it can also run, and when it runs at 3.6 meters per second. You do the math, it's going to be somewhere around 7.6, 7.8 kilometers per hour, which is actually the same as an average person that can run. Last year they did a test for this. You can see it right there. It actually, yeah. So what they did is they did a test in west of China, and they had two of the same robots running side by side, one with running shoes on, and then another one was without running shoes. And it turned out that for the same model, the one with the running shoes actually goes faster than the one without any running shoes. And I want to say something else, that if you can just pan, you can see people interacting with the robot. And look at the hand. There's so much work right now happening in China with the way the hand of robots work. There's entire companies dedicated for the joints, the mobility, to make them as human-like as possible, because realistically speaking, the first place that these robots are going to show aren't in your living room. They're going to show in factories with high manufacturing, with different industries. And so if they need to mimic humans in the way they work, or if they're going to help humans with the work in factories, they need to have similar agility as humans. And we'll see later on, as well as here, that the motion of the hand is becoming a lot more and more human and less machine-like.
Okay, so now we are in the part of AR glasses.
Right. So we're showing you how, when we say technology, it's not just robots. It's lightweight, mixed engine aircraft. It's lifestyles. It's also, AR, VR. But here it's a company specifically for augmented reality. Hi. Can you please introduce a little bit about your company and what exactly you do?
Okay, so we are Rocket, a company from Hangzhou, and we've been in the AR and AI industry for over 10 years, concentrating on the AR glasses and our latest AI glasses. So basically, we are already the pioneer of AR in the world now. So today, we have this product bring here. We call it Rocket AR Special. It's a special computing unit we provided for individual consumers. So basically, when you got this suit of glasses, the consumers can enjoy a 300-inch large screen for your use of work and entertainment, like watching a 3D movie or playing games. Yes, and
so I don't need my television anymore. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, of course, yes. If you use this pad, you can also enjoy multiple apps running at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine that you are browsing some shopping website, and meanwhile you want to watch some movie.
So I am on Taobao, and I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Xiaohongshu at the same time.
At the same time, yes.
I don't think I have the attention for that, but you never know how the humans are going to adapt to this technology.
It's very efficient and amazing, right? And also the glasses can be connected to your iPhones, to tablets, and to PC. Okay. Yeah, so very usable.
So basically, this is how I can watch a few things at the same time, is by connecting this device to an existing device that I have at home.
If you want to enjoy a multi-window mode, you need to connect to our station.
Okay.
But if you just connect the glasses to your phones, to your tablets, then you can get a 215-inch large screen and a zero DOF. That means when you move your head, the screen will follow you. Yeah, but it's a large screen for movie.
Okay, I have a question. Since I am someone who wears glasses, and I think a lot of people do, one of the things that I don't like to do when I go to watch a movie, like a 3D or 4D movie, is that I have to put a glass on top of my glasses, which is not like efficient. And so how can you convince me to buy this?
Okay, so as you can see, there's two small buttons here, so you can take off your glasses. Our glasses has a myopia adjustment function, so you take off your glasses and you can just adjust here to suit your, your eyes. That can get you a sharp vision of the images in the glass.
Interesting. Okay, I'm convinced. Okay, sign me up.
Okay, maybe you can try that on.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Do I have to take my glasses off, right?
Yeah, you can take your glasses off and there's adjust here. Adjust here to suit your eyes.
Let's do this.
And there's two control mode. For this one, it's like a beam. There's a beam.
Yeah, I can see the beam. Wow.
You can see the beam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can use a beam to control it, just like a remoter.
Okay, where do I
just,
press?
Click on the touchpad is to confirm. Yes.
Okay.
So now I already opened 3 windows for you.
Wow.
It's like a TV.
Yeah, okay, I can see our channel, CCTV, the entire family of our media group. My WeChat.
And
Right.
also, and beside is like a movie.
Yeah.
Adenda.
Yeah, I can see Avatar.
Yes.
And I actually see the Avatar on top of our director's head.
Okay, so you can try to
Wow.
enlarge the screen by choosing by switch the mode. You can.
How do I enlarge it?
Okay, put the beam in the right bottom of the Avenda's screen.
Okay, the right bottom. Okay. Oh.
Right bottom. There is a mode called theater.
Theater. Oh, I can see it.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so you select theater, the screen will turn larger.
Oh, wow. And I have to say that it's very, very clear. Like, I don't need my glasses.
Yes.
I'm cured.
And
Wow.
and you can still enlarge the screen by, drag the 4 corners. The screen can be much more larger.
I can drag. How do I drag it?
I think there's 4 corners
The 4 corners.
in the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, get this one here. Yeah. So you can just confirm.
Oh my God.
Drag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes. Amazing, right?
This is amazing.
Yes. And it supports 3D movies. So if you want to watch a 3D movie, you don't need to go to the cinema. You can enjoy at home.
I love this. This is super cool. And I can connect it, like I can watch Bilibili, I can watch Xiaohongshu, I can watch anything.
Yes, and for overseas consumers, you can download all the apps from Google Play stores.
And can I see my messages as well?
Yes, of course. Because I didn't log in the WeChat, but if you log the WeChat, you can see all the messages.
And can I answer through this or no? I still need to type.
You can use voice.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I love this.
We have an ASR function. Yes.
Great. I love it. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you love our product.
I didn't expect it to be this clear. I didn't expect it to be so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love it. All right.
I
really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Do you think for the future a lot more people are going to be using devices like this, or do you think it's going to still be within a certain niche market?
I think more and more people will get to know this kind of product because with the improvement of technology, we actually are combining the AR glasses to our regular glasses. That means with shape of the regular glasses, you can watch the movie. You can watch movies in the glasses. So you can see the glasses still looks not like regular glasses, but in the future, with the battery, with the LED, the solutions. Display solutions, we will get this glasses lighter and lighter, more lightweighted, and more regular glasses.
And
so
is this on the market right now?
Actually, we already have this one.
Okay.
Yeah, and this one, for now, because we need to keep it lightweighted, so the display is only in green, and the display is mainly for notifications like messages and words content. So in the future, I think those two will combine together. That means in the shape of these glasses, you can still see movies like this and see 3 multiple windows in these glasses. So I think in the near future, we can realize that.
And can I ask you, so you said that you've been in this business for 10 years.
Yeah.
Where did the inspiration come from for this? Because 10 years ago, I don't think that like people were speaking about AR as if it was something made for the future. So how is it that you guys thought of like, specializing in AI and AR?
Actually, AR has a long history. Our founder actually was inspired by Google Glass at the first time back in the year 2012. Yeah, he went to US and see the Google Glasses, and he was inspired, and he thinks that there's one day that AR will finally come into everybody's life. So he come back and founded Rocket and start our journey of AR glasses.
I have to say that I really like the name. Rocket, yeah.
Rocket. Yes, Rocket.
Does it mean anything?
Robot Kid.
Oh, okay.
Robot Kid. So it's like we are focusing on the interaction between human and robots, and we want to make it better and better for this connection.
Great branding.
Okay.
Thank you.
Until next time. See you next time.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
So can you describe what did you see through that glasses?
So basically, I saw what I normally see when you open an app and you watch something, except that for me, it took a huge chunk of the screen.
So is that 3 screens together?
It was 3 screens at the same time. Here's one of the most famous products to come out of China this year, the Unitree G1. This robot is the talk of the town, and it's been the talk of the town for a few months because of its ability, of its agility. So far, depending on how you train this specific robot, even though it's small in size, but it's actually big in impact because it made headlines around the world. Everyone wants to say hi to you.
Hi. How are you?
It made headlines around the world because it learned how to do kung fu, it learned how to do flips, and the company right now, as you see behind you, they're preparing to do the world's first robotic boxing match.
I can't imagine they can box with each other.
Well, they can, actually. They can. So the date for the match has not been set yet, but they've been teasing us with a few, some of these trailers, some of these teasers in the past few weeks. And it's only a matter of time before this happens. The thing is, Beijing last month hosted the world's first half marathon for robots. And it was a big thing. There were 21 robots that competed against each other across the finish line. There was a line for humans to run, and there was a line for robots to run.
So how was the performance of those robots?
Actually,
what kind of records did they break, or is there any records that they have?
Oh, no. There's no record to be broken yet because it's the world's first of its kind. But there's a company from Beijing that actually finished first. The G1, the Unitree, did not participate because they said that they were busy preparing for their boxing match. But it was something new, something fresh to see. And it just goes to show just how many companies right now in China are just focusing on this, which, by all means is the future.
Okay, so let's see the future of medical surgery. It is leading domestic surgical robotics. So let's see this. Is that one? Yeah. So this kind of surgery, medical surgery robotics can help to fix, and in some ways this will do some experiments at the lab. But look at this one. Do you know this? What kind of work is it doing?
I guess it's doing manual work. You see a coffee, a boiler basically, and what's doing it's assembling it. It's these jobs that the robots are probably going to be doing when they enter the workforce in masses, because these jobs are repetitive. They just need you to take a screw, put it at the bottom, and then that's it. And so this is what this robot is demonstrating right now. They do it with a lot of precision, and it can alleviate a lot of, time for the workforce, the human workforce, to do other things.
I'm sure it has very high efficiency.
And I wanted to show that because now the main format right now for robotics in China and around the world is to have bipedal robots, basically walking on 2 feet. But this one, they've decided to have different. Yeah, they had to have these basically tires, and using hydraulics, they can bring it higher if there's a platform that is high, so they can work, or they can make it lower. Basically, it's a tripod, but for a robot.
So by integrating and sensing and computing and control, I believe this kind of robots will help our human beings to do lots of dangerous experiments, especially in some chemical and physical, things like that.
And there's this idea, and a couple of Chinese companies have already used this, dark factories, basically factories that are 100% automated with humans only supervising the work, and basically all the workers are machines, and they're called dark factories because you don't have to turn the lights on, because they don't have to see, because everything is done with such great precisions. There's a couple, one is in Beijing, another one is in south of China, and this is what's going to happen. These robots are going to take over some of the manual, repetitive tasks that humans are doing. Yeah.
Well, let's say this, and that's a kind of assistant, shop assistant.
Okay.
Okay, can I interact with it? Like, 我可以买一些东西，或者说。
So, 你可以很简单介绍这个机器人，就是有什么好处，在哪里可以用这个机器人？
它现在是一个零售场景，for the retail scenery，然后它可以去介绍产品的信息。用各个国家的语言，然后它还能够去抓取这个商品，根据你的需要，然后就可以24小时的来去营业。Okay.
So basically, this is a shopping assistant. You can talk to it in different languages. It works 24 hours. So basically, you can have a supermarket that doesn't close. It's fully automated. And if you don't know where a certain product is, you can just tell it the product, and it can go get it for you.
And it can select groceries for all the customers.
I would rather select my groceries by myself. Thank you very much, especially when it comes to fruits and vegetables. But can you? 我们可以试一下吗？
它现在正在运行。
Now it is working. It's having a lollipop.
So he chose a lollipop for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you've already told him. Okay.
给我们试一下。
你们可以自己试。
好的，是对的。好。
比如说黑巧克力。
好的，那我想来一个。
我刚刚说他听到。
没关系的，黑巧克力我也很喜欢。So now we get a dark chocolate. 我可以一次点2样吗 ？Can I choose? Okay.
我想问你一个问题，就是我跟他沟通的时候，我必须说你好，小爱。
对，这是他的名字。
OK， 所以我不可以直接说给我这个，我必须说你好，小爱。
因为他很有礼貌，所以他要有名字。
Because it is so polite.
Okay, so basically I ask a question is if I can immediately ask for what I want without, the pleasantries of saying hello. And they said, no, you have to be a little bit, show a bit of courtesy. And so the magic word to start the conversation with it is hello, xiao ai. That's its Chinese name. In English, it's Navi. And then I can ask what I want from him.
It's
and
like
I guess,
secret words.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is even though it's a machine, it is a humanoid. So it does have the human look. So might as well just, because when I ask something of you, I'll say, can you and please and thank you. And I think it's only like...
That's how it works. I mean, especially when I say, okay, 小爱，可以把这个退回去吗? Do you think it works?
I don't know.
这个可以推东西吗？以前还不可以是吗？好的 ，it is still in progress.
This is the next step. So now it can only give you stuff, and then if you want to return it, you'll have to do it yourself.
Such a pity.
Bit by bit.
谢谢。
谢谢你们。
好，拜拜。
All right. So from a shopping assistant to something that I personally enjoyed, it's a robot that can sniff. Hello, 你好。你可以介绍你们的机器人？
用中文还是英文？
都可以。
你好，我们这款机器人的话是搭载了一个嗅觉传感器，它可以通过上面一个很小的一个芯片，又可以结合不同的气味的分子，然后去识别出不同的气
It
味。
has a kind of artificial intelligence chip, and to monitor what kind of fragrance it can smell.
好，继续吧。OK。然后通过训练的话，它甚至可以分辨出上千种不同的气味。
Through all kinds of training, it can detect over 1,000 smell. Kind of smell.
这边的话是我们已经预训练的一种中东欧的产品，然后4款不同的商品是比较有特色的一些商品。
Now we have 4 different products of Central and Eastern Europe.
Okay.
Nadim, do you want to have a try to see?
I do want to try. I will smell it first.
Tell me how it feels.
This is flower, lavender. Okay.
你好，贾维斯。
是在这儿吗？
好，我是来自军普人形机器人研究院的贾维斯，有什么可以帮您的？
请告诉我你闻到了什么？
Please tell us
我
what do
闻
you
到了薰
smell.
衣草，这是来自保加利亚的薰衣草，品质优
It
异，
is smell of
香气
lavender.
浓郁，
It's from
常用于
Bulgaria.
精油与香氛制品，生产于气候温和的巴尔干山区。
Wow.
It is so smart. I mean,
Was the answer correct?
yeah, it can even detect where it is, like the location and where the route is.
Oh, yo, sorry.
它不止可以这个闻到这个物体，然后还可以对它进行一个简单的介绍。
我有一个问题，然后这个问题是我每一次遇到一个机器人，我可以问，就是在哪里可以用这个机器人？在哪一些情况？为什么我需要一个机器人会问
Basically, why do we need this kind of robot?
在未来的话，这种应用场景可能最多是在工业中，因为说在化学工厂呀什么的，可能会有一些危险气体，或者说一些对人体有害的气体的泄漏。如果是让人去检测的话，它可能会对人体产生一定的伤害。所以这个时候的话，我们就需要用这个机器人搭载了我们这款嗅觉传感器，去监测这个区域是否有这个有害气体的泄漏。
Okay. So basically, she's saying that the point of this robot isn't to smell, these fragrances, but later on, when it is integrated in the workforce, when it's integrated in the workforce, when it's in factories, if there's any smells that are dangerous to humans, it can detect them much before the humans can, and this way it can save lives. And it's very interesting because back in the days, in mines, when people were working in mines, they would bring birds with them because the birds were able to smell that. And because they have smaller bodies, they basically would die, especially if it's CO2 or any dangerous gases. But now we're saving not only human lives, but also animal lives by using a robot that the smell isn't going to affect it, and it's going to come in handy.
It is all about safety and healthy, actually. So another thing I'd say it's like a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because it's good for our to safeguard our health.
Yeah. And the point is, we've seen all of these robots today. Their point is, at least in my perspective, is to help humans. Whether it's doing these manual jobs or whether it's doing operations, they're not gonna 100% take over, but they're giving assistance, a much needed assistance. Just like when cars were invented, they helped us not use horses, they helped us not walk to certain destinations. And I think it's the same logic that is happening with robots. It's there to help us, to alleviate some of the workload, to, as you said, keep us safe. And I think this is what's happening. Like, this is the wave that is happening, because for the longest time, it was like, oh, robots are going to take over. It's going to be a world of robots. But in reality, there's going to be a complementarity between
cooperation,
between machine and humans. And even though this is the zone for digital and intelligence, there is a corner here, which is the first time that it happens in the history of the China and Central and Eastern European countries Expo, is we have a corner for culture, tourism, artifact, crafts, we have fashion. Since yesterday, they started having these lectures about different countries. And if people feel like they want to travel, because China has the most number of overseas travelers in the world in terms of tourism, here we have this corner where they've introduced these beautiful sceneries from all 14 CEE countries, Bulgaria, Croatia, Hungary, Slovenia, and Slovakia, etc., where Chinese tourists can come and they can check out what's waiting for them.
Exactly. It is so refreshing to see lots of culture and integration through after we walk through all the digital hubs. And
yeah, I mean, this is pretty interesting. I personally didn't know before coming to Ningbo much about this group of countries, but I've been here for 3 days, and I've either talking to people or by coming to these exhibits, I've actually learned quite a bit. And I think this is what the Expo is all about, to be able to bring people together, to create connections. And these connections aren't just about partnerships or business deals or trade, even though this is a trade show, but it's also about human-to-human exchanges, people-to-people exchanges, about learning about culture, about learning about the history of these people, their dresses, what they stand for, their mentality. And I think that it's places like this that are helping just bridging that gap, even because, you know, China is in one part of the world and these countries are in a different. But, you know, when you have places like this where people can meet each other, they can talk, and they can learn about each other, I think that distance sort of narrows down significantly.
Yeah, exactly. What I have to say is that Ningbo has such a strategic position, and especially it has a very huge port. So basically, historically saying, Ningbo is kind of maritime Silk Road.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it is a key part of
Belt and Road Initiative.
Belt and Road Initiative, exactly.
Right, and it is because of its very busy port. In terms of cargo throughput, Ningbo's port ranks number 1 with the number of cargo traffic that happens, and it's a very important junction that connects China to Central and Eastern European countries. And I think it's because of this location that Ningbo was chosen to host this very important expo. I think we're running out of time, and we have to wrap it up. I just wanted to ask you, after we've been through all of this, how do you feel about this expo? I actually never got to ask you, is this the first time that you joined this expo, and how are you feeling right now?
What I feel is the cultural exchange stood out to me, and I can see the hospitality, and people are just chatting with each other. Like you've said, it's not just about business and trade. It's about culture, about communication, about all the connection with the world.
Well, all right. Well, here you go. Do you have any last words before we wrap it up?
Thank you, Ningbo. Thank you, Zhejiang.
And thank you all for watching this live stream. We're wrapping this live stream, but we will come back to you soon with another live stream from another location with hopefully myself, but if not me, another reporter. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.